enough of this.
The world is changing, brother.
Yeah. Well,
changed a lot.
that's a good thing that the world is changing, because do you know the guy who invented the Turing test? You know what the Turing test is?
No.
His name's Alan Turing. And he was a scientist, and he invented a test that they say AI has passed. And this test is where you can talk to a computer and not be able to tell that it's a computer, that it behaves like a human. It thinks like a human, it communicates like a human, where it's indiscernible. That's the Turing test. AI has recently passed the Turing test. Well, this guy, he was in England when this happened, right, Jamie? Where they forced him to take medication. He got arrested for being gay in like the 1950s. And they forced him to take medication that made him sterile, made him impotent. So he couldn't have sex. Like they forced him to take like hormone blockers that they give to sex offenders. Chemical castration when they do that to sex offenders. And then he killed himself. The guy who invented the method of determining whether or not AI has become sentient gets murdered by dumb apes who don't like that he's gay. How crazy is that? I'm not fucking that story up, right? I'm pretty sure that's the story.
When do they give you blockers to sexual offenders? When do they give you that?
Well, they don't always do it, but it's called chemical castration. And by the way, it's the same chemicals, the same drugs that they use on kids when they give them hormone blockers. So when you talk to they're talking about a child getting puberty blockers, it's totally reversible. The fuck it is. The fuck it is. That's the same shit. It's chemical castration. It's not reversible. That child is never going to fully develop. If they get on hormone blockers, then when they're 18, they go, you know what? I think I actually am a man. Too late. Too late. Because from 13 to 15, you suppressed your testosterone. Okay, here it is. Turing was later convicted by the advice of his brother and his own solicitor, and he entered a plea of guilty. In the case, Regina versus Turing and Murray was brought to trial on the 31st of March, 1952. Turing was convicted and given a choice between imprisonment and probation. His probation would be conditional on his agreement to undergo hormonal physical changes designed to reduce libido, known as chemical castration. He accepted the option of injections of what was then called stilbostrol, now known as dithylstilbestrol, or DES, a synthetic estrogen. This feminization of his body was continued for the course of 1 year. The treatment rendered Turing impotent and caused breast tissue to form. In a letter, Turing wrote that, no doubt I shall emerge from it all a different man, but quite who I've not found out. Murray was given a conditional discharge. So Murray must have been the guy he was having sex with. That's so crazy, man. Arrested for being gay. In 1954 at his house, Turing's housekeeper found him dead. Post-mortem was held that evening and determined that he had died from the previous day at age 41 with cyanide poisoning, cited as the cause of death. He had an apple lay half-eaten beside his bed. Although the apples not tested for cyanide, it was speculated that this was the means in which Turing had consumed a fatal dose. So he fucking killed himself because they chemically castrated him. Founder of computer science and cryptographer, whose work was key to breaking the wartime Enigma codes. So this guy, helped the British crack codes. And what'd they do? They injected him with poison so that his dick wouldn't work, so he couldn't fuck guys anymore, which is what he wanted. Imagine that if everyone was gay, everyone, and you were straight, and you're like, I don't want any dick. This is crazy. Guys keep trying to offer your dick. No. Is there anything else? And then you meet girls oh, look, they're so soft and so pretty. That's what I like. I like girls. And no, you don't. No, you're going to take this gay drug until you get that out of your system, or we're going to chemically castrate you. You can't be having sex with girls. But they're so pretty. They're so lovely to be around. I'm so attracted to them. No. Only guys. That's crazy. That's how stupid these people, especially when you get to serious fundamentalist rigid religions, which want to throw them off roofs. This part of the Middle East, they throw them off the roof. They round up all the gay guys, throw them off the roof. And everybody watches and cheers. Yay. Crazy.
Like I said, it's a different world out there, my friend.
It is a different world out there, but it's the world out there that could be just like the world here. It could go this way here. Like, this is what people don't understand. Just how Los Angeles fell apart, the United States could fall apart too. You know, like, look at Iran. We were looking at Iran the other day in photographs from the 1970s. Girls had mini skirts. They all look really hot. The guys had no shirts on, with six packs, walking down the street. Everyone's smiling. Looks like Europe. It looks like you're in Italy. And now it's a religious run country. It's run by a dictatorship. Like, you criticize the government, they execute you. They executed an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. Yeah, the UFC even tried to get them to stop. They pleaded to try to get them to stop. They tried to get Trump to get him to, or was it during the Biden administration or the Trump administration? I don't remember, but they tried to get the president to somehow or another talk to Iran and not kill this guy.
They killed him because he spoke against the government?
Allegedly. But you don't even have to really have spoken against the government. That's what's so scary. You just have to be accused of speaking against the government. I mean, to this day and age,